AM transmitter is the topic of this lecture. We know that amplitude modulation is an important modulation method used in communication system, which helps in transmitting a modulating signal or message signal to distant places. So the signal which is transmitted, which is radiated and then subjected through antenna or subjected through channel, the signal which is transmitted from an arrangement called as transmitter. Transmitter is a section where the signal will be transmitted. So, since we are talking about amplitude modulation transmitter, so this lecture will discuss about overview of AM transmitter, typical block diagram, and brief description of all the major stages which are involved in the transmission of AM signal. So, as we have already discussed what is amplitude modulation, what is amplitude demodulation in previous lectures, what different types of amplitude modulation are, we have seen. But now this lecture is on AM transmitter. Let's revisit. Let's begin with what is AM. So we know that, see the waveform, this signal is an AM signal, amplitude modulated signal, which is actually an altered carrier signal. A carrier whose frequency remains same, but its amplitude has changed. Look at the cursor pointer, its amplitude has changed, and the change has been proportional to instantaneous value of message signal. That is instantaneous value of modulating signal. So the modulated signal, which we can see here, is radiated signal or transmitted signal, and this is the signal which is transmitted. So the AM transmitter will transmit this signal. The signal which will be subjected to channel will be this AM signal. So if we discuss about that is AM transmitter, where an audio signal or a message signal will be given as input to the transmitter, and the modulated signal, modulated output will be delivered by AM transmitter and given to the antenna. The transmitter will deliver to antenna, and then antenna will radiate the amplitude modulated signal. The audio signal may be given as input through microphone. The output of microphone will be the input to transmitter. Then it will be subjected to the signal which is generated by microphone is not directly transmitted, but it is sent to a number of major stages, and those major stages are used to boost up the signal strength, to amplify the power level so that it can reach the higher distance. So it is sent to preamplifier that can boost up the level of modulating signal. Then it goes to RF oscillator, where RF oscillator generates a high frequency carrier signal which is mixed with modulating signal, and both the carrier and modulating signal are then sent to modulator, because amplitude modulator will be the most important block in AM transmitter. Amplitude modulator will modulate the signal, will translate the signal and modulate and will generate AM signal, amplitude modulated wave, and that signal, due to a number of operations like mixing, preamplifier, the signal strength goes down. So to make the signal strength at appropriate level, power amplifier is used so that the power level is enhanced, power level is increased of AM wave, and that high power, large power carrying modulated signal then is fed to antenna, and then antenna transmits the signal. So this is the brief description about AM transmitter. We receive an input signal, say audio signal from microphone. We can pass through preamplifier to boost up the signal strength, because when we want to mix with high frequency carrier signal which is generated by RF amplifier, RF oscillator, if the strength is poor, the mixing won't take place properly. Now the amplitude modulator generates AM signal. Again we need to increase the power level, and the power level is increased, and that highly powerful AM signal, amplitude modulated signal, is fed to the antenna which transmits the signal. So I think whatever we were talking about, look at here, this is the block diagram, a rough typical block diagram which we can understand how does AM transmitter work. The signal, which is audio signal here, is given to preamplifier, sent to AM modulator. AM modulator modulates the carrier frequency by as per the audio signal or a message signal. Remember an important statement: modulating signal is not modulated. Carrier is modulated by the modulating signal. The way modulating signal changes, the amount of modulation over the carrier will change. So AM modulator will modulate the carrier signal which is coming from RF oscillator. RF frequency is being generated, and that frequency or high frequency carrier signal will be modulated by the signal which is input signal. Then the modulated signal is going to power amplifier, and the output of power amplifier, which is the amplitude modulated signal with more power, large amount of power, more signal strength, is fed to the antenna, that is transmitting antenna, and transmitting antenna radiates this signal, and then it just is subjected to the channel. It is subjected to the channel, and then it gets communicated. Signal gets communicated, then it will be received by the receiver. So this is another way of representing the same thing. You see here there is a microphone. We know that the microphone is a transducer. Transducer is a device which converts energy from one form to other form. The microphone will convert the signal from sound signal into electrical signal. And if you see the electrical signal, our sound signal, if you can see the spectrum, it looks like this. And then, as we discussed, that this signal can be passed through preamplifier to strengthen the signal. It can also be passed to some low pass filter when it is required. Sometimes the signal which is generated as an audio signal may have some difficulty, some noise or distortion, that can be removed by the filter, and then it can be passed to through mixer. This mixer actually is modulator here, which mixes the signal which is coming from oscillator, look at here, and then signal which is being received by the microphone out. Both are mixed. We get, you can see here a rough, let us use a pen. You see here roughly this is your amplitude modulated signal, right? This is your amplitude modulated signal, and see this is the pattern. You look at here, this is the pattern. So in the same pattern, your modulated signal, the carrier amplitude will change, and this is your what we say is AM signal. It is subjected to power amplifier and then subjected to finally fed to the antenna, powerful antenna which radiates the signal. Okay, so let me choose again a pointer. All right, so when we talk about AM modulator, which is most essential stage or component in AM transmitter, the AM modulators are of two types: low level modulator, high level modulator. How do we differentiate between low level and high level? Let's understand. Low level modulators, where we generate AM signal with considerably small signal. The AM signal strength is small, and therefore it has to be amplified before transmission, typically in the RF generation stages. Then it can be amplified. So in low level modulator, the small signal is generated, whereas in high level modulator, high power section of the circuit, it modulates the signal, and normally in the final RF stage of the transmitter, the amplification takes place. If you see the difference between these two, modulation takes place prior to the output element of final stage of the transmitter in low level modulation, whereas high level, it takes place in the final element of final stage. Here it is in prior, here it is in the final element of final stage where carrier signal is at its maximum amplitude. Modulation takes place at low power level in low level modulator. Here it's done at high power level. Linear amplifiers are generally used when low level modulator is there, whereas in high level modulator, highly efficient class C amplifiers whose power efficiency is very good, that too with minimum distortion, minimum unwanted effect. So powerful class C amplifier is used in high level modulator. In low level modulator, we use linear amplifiers. The modulation takes place at low level, low power level. So therefore there is no much complexity of circuit. So the circuit design, the system design for implementing low level modulator is simple. Whereas in high level modulator, it becomes complex due to high power requirement, high power implementation, need of powerful class C, highly efficient class C amplifier. So overall, high level modulator has higher complexity, but efficiency is very high, power level is very high. So whenever we want to drive the signal to much larger distances, high level modulators are recommended. High level modulators are used. Now, as we have discussed that AM transmitters are used for transmitting AM signal, but they are actually used and particularly in special type of transmission, medium wave, MW, and short wave. Medium wave and short wave, which are the frequency bands of AM broadcast. AM broadcast is popularly known as especially medium wave. 550 kilohertz to 1650 kilohertz is actually the range which is called as medium wave, very popularly known as medium wave. Medium wave AM. If you see the radio station, the radio sets which are used, the broadcast radio, which is very popularly used for broadcasting news and other items, especially to rural and suburban areas, you will find that the range of frequency in that application is AM broadcast range, medium wave range that extends from 550 to 1650 kilohertz, right? And this is also used for uh, this is also used for shortwave frequency band that extends from 3 megahertz to 30 megahertz. There are two types of AM transmitters as we have discussed in previous slide: high level, low level. High level transmitters use high level modulation. In the previous table we have seen high level modulation here. And low level transmitters, they utilize low level modulation. The level of modulation is less, the level of modulation is high. Obviously, when we talk about level of modulation less, the power will be obviously less. If the level of modulation is high, the power will be high, because we have discussed in previous lectures that the power transmitted, the power level of carrier, the power level of AM signal, they all depend on the level of modulation. So more is the level of modulation, larger is the power. So when we say high power or high level modulator, so it means high level of modulation, large amount of power. The choice between two modulation schemes, whether to choose low level or high level, it depends on transmitting power of AM transmitter. How much transmitting power is needed for such an application where you want to deploy it. And as we know that the level of modulation is less, so power level will be less. So the applications where the power level required is less, we can use low level modulator, else we'll go for high level modulator. So if you see in broadcast transmitter, where power required is generally in the order of kilowatts, high level modulator is involved. In low level modulator, this much power, which is in the order of several kilowatts, is generally not generated due to low level of modulation. So it's used in such broadcast transmitter that is high level modulation. In low power transmitters where few watts, order of some watts, several watts are required, low level modulator or low level modulation is used. So it's very important to understand when we design or when we discuss about AM transmitter, there are two AM modulators which are actually used in the transmitter scheme, transmitting scheme. AM transmitter intends to be used, aims to be, to be transmitting the signal in AM broadcast system where the power required in several kilowatts. The modulator which will be recommended or which will be used in the AM transmitter will be high level transmitter. Now see, this is a detailed block diagram of AM transmitter. So we'll spend some time here. This gives some more description. If you see the block diagram carefully, you see this is mic, which is nothing but microphone. The output of microphone, it goes to audio driver amplifier. Actually, this block is of high level. You can see there are many amplifiers which are used: power amplifier, buffer amplifier, audio power amplifier, class C power amplifier. So one can easily understand that several stages of power amplifiers are used just to raise the power level. It clearly means that the level of modulation, the type of modulator or type of transmitter is high level transmitter. The transmitter is high level AM transmitter, where we can clearly see the carrier oscillator will generate the carrier frequency. We use buffer amplifier, right? Buffer amplifier is providing the isolation between frequency multiplier and carrier oscillator, because what we want, whatever value of carrier frequency we need, that can be generated by frequency multiplier. Say carrier oscillator is 1 megahertz. but we want 15 kilohertz, we want 17 kilohertz, we want 100 kilohertz. So that multiplication, that frequency product, frequency multiplication can be achieved by this stage. So there is a frequency multiplier which is used in order to raise, in order to increase the frequency which is actually needed. And then while, as I told you earlier, therefore you can see here this is called as carrier chain. Carrier chain. Why carrier chain? Because this is the chain where the carrier is generated and getting amplified. So it goes to frequency multiplier, and after that it goes to power amplifier. As I told you that due to all these stages, the power level goes down, and even if it doesn't go down, we need very large amount of carrier power so that it can modulate, or it can be modulated by the modulating signal, which can reach to the large distance. And therefore, what do? Power amplifier is used, and then you see here the modulated class C power amplifier is used, where we are mixing the, it's a modulated amplifier where we are mixing the audio signal, message signal, and you see the audio section. In audio section, we'll see that there are two stages. One, audio driver amplifier. This is what we have seen as a pre-amplifier. Then audio power amplifier. After pre-amplification, we send it to audio power amplifier so that the power level of message signal is also good, is appropriate, and then both are subjected to modulated class C power amplifier, where high power, large power, more efficient, powerful AM signal is generated, fed to the antenna, which is transmitted. So what are the stages? If you have seen in the diagram, the major stages we have seen, the major stages are, carrier oscillator, buffer amplifier, frequency multiplier, audio chain, and modulated class C amplifier. In the previous diagram, we have seen that these are the blocks, right? These are the blocks which are highlighted there. You can see here. These are the blocks, which are written here. These are the blocks called as carrier oscillator to generate carrier frequency, buffer amplifier, frequency multiplier, power amplifier, audio chain, modulated class C amplifier. So ultimately, the modulated class C power amplifier generates large amount of power of the modulated signal, and then it goes to, it's fed to the antenna, and then it is transmitted. So let us discuss one by one briefly. Carrier oscillator. It generates carrier signal, is in the RF range, radio frequency range. Whatever signal is generated is in radio frequency. We have seen what the radio frequency is in the entire EM spectrum. The frequency of carrier is very high. We have already discussed a number of times. A high frequency signal is used in the modulation process, which is mixed with modulating signal. Therefore, the frequency of carrier signal is very high. Because it's very difficult to generate high frequency with good frequency stability, carrier oscillator also generates some multiple carrier frequency required there, and therefore multiple frequencies generated by the frequency multiplier. Already I have explained, we need sometimes different frequencies, multiple signals of different frequencies. So frequency multiplier can be used, and then when we are talking about carrier oscillator, preferably crystal oscillator is used to generate a low frequency carrier with best frequency stability. The frequency multiplier stage increases the frequency of the carrier to the required value. We need not generate very high amount of carrier frequency by the crystal oscillator. It can generate a low frequency signal, say 100 kilohertz or 1 megahertz or 10 kilohertz. When we want 1 megahertz out of 100 kilohertz, we can multiply by 10 by the frequency multiplier. So what is important here? There are two important components when we are discussing about carrier oscillator. One is the crystal oscillator, and second is the frequency multiplier. Frequency multiplier is used to increase the frequency value to multiply the original frequency value. Whereas the crystal oscillator, we know that there are number of oscillators which are used to generate certain value of frequency. There are, different types of oscillators, RC oscillators, LC oscillators, and all those oscillators suffer with the difficulty, a problem of frequency stability, frequency instability rather. Frequency varies, a stable frequency is not generated. But crystal oscillator, where quartz is the material which is used because of piezoelectricity, that property is exploited, and the crystal oscillator generates almost stable frequency. So oscillator which is used here is the crystal oscillator, and then crystal oscillator need not generate very high amount of frequency, high value of frequency. It can generate low value of frequency, because generating high value of frequency by the crystal requires other conditions, that its Q factor needs to be very high. So we can choose a crystal oscillator that can generate a low frequency signal, and when we need higher value, it can pass through frequency multiplier and we can generate the frequency. There was buffer amplifier. Let's understand why buffer amplifier is used. Buffer amplifier, the purpose is, there are two reasons why do we use buffer amplifier. The first is it matches the output impedance of carrier oscillator with the input impedance of frequency multiplier. I was also using a term isolation, that is isolator, proper isolator, impedance matcher. Impedance matching is an important term in all such applications, where if there is no match between output impedance of first device and input impedance of second device, the proper amplification, the proper magnification rather, would not take place, would not be achieved. And therefore, buffer amplifier is used to provide proper matching between the multiplier and the carrier oscillator. That is the first purpose. And then, as I told you, it also isolates carrier oscillator and frequency multiplier. So there are two purposes. One, isolation is provided. Second, impedance matching, right? It matches the impedance, output impedance of carrier oscillator and input impedance of frequency multiplier. So that matching and the isolation, two purposes are there why buffer amplifier is used in AM transmitter. This is needed so that multiplier does not draw a large current from the carrier oscillator. If this occurs, the frequency of carrier oscillator will not remain stable. That is very important. Why matching is needed? Why impedance matching is very important in other applications like transmission line? This is a very important term, impedance matching. The main reason is, suppose there is no proper impedance matching, what will happen? Maybe extremely large amount of current can be drawn from the first device and to be given to the second device. That will damage and that will that will adversely affect the stability of the device. And in order to address that problem, buffer amplifier provides impedance matching as well as isolation is there. So there is no, we can say that overloading effect of one device to other, or vice versa. So that is the purpose of using your buffer amplifier. The next one, as we have seen, the next one is frequency multiplier and power amplifier. So sub-multiple frequency is generated, sub-multiple also you can say, integer multiple you can say, but sub-multiple, it is not necessary that it multiplies by 10, 20, 100. The frequency which is generated by carrier oscillator can be multiplied by 1.5, 10.5 or 100.25. So sub-multiple rather than integer multiple, sub-multiple of frequency is generated by the carrier oscillator, by the frequency multiplier is now applied to frequency multiplier through buffer amplifier. This is harmonic generator. The stage is called as harmonic. It generates harmonics. Frequency multiplier generates higher harmonics of oscillator frequency. The multiplier is a tuned circuit that can tune to requisite carrier frequency to be transmitted. So ultimately, then it will be also acting as a tuned circuit. What is the purpose of using tuned circuit? So that it can be tuned at certain frequency. Because what we want to provide a particular frequency of high value. That will be provided by the frequency multiplier. Next stage, the power amplification, the power level of carrier has to be modified, has to be magnified, and therefore power amplifier is basic requirement of high level. This is the basic requirement in high level transmitter. So class C power amplifier is generally used that can provide high power, large power current pulses which are sent as the carrier signal to the modulator, where the modulator receives modulating signal, and that too also a modulating signal which is amplified and magnified signal. So audio chain, so the discussion which we made is was on the carrier part, carrier signal part. Now the next part is audio chain. Audio chain means the message signal chain. So this is the chain where audio signal is transmitted and obtained by the microphone. Then audio driver amplifies the voltage signal. See, there are two things which are amplified: voltage signal, voltage level, and power level. So therefore, I mentioned signal strength has to be modified. It means some voltage level can be modified by the audio amplifier, and then some requisite amount of power, some particular value of power level needs to be there in the audio signal. So then it goes to audio power amplifier. It can either use class A or class B power amplifier that can amplify the power level of audio signal. Since audio signal is not very high frequency signal, therefore class C power amplifier is not necessarily used here, not actually required here. Rather, we can use either of class A or class B, which has moderate, more than average value of the accuracy in the amplifier, and therefore we can use class A and class B for this purpose. Whereas for the carrier side, we can use the class C power amplifier. This is already discussed that we again use frequency multiplier in power amplifier, and the audio chain. Yeah, we have seen that. And then class C amplifier. Now we are talking about class C amplifier. You see here, class C amplifier is used here. So what do we want? We want a large amount of power from the output. So modulating signal goes to power amplifier, then modulation takes place there. Look at here. And then class C amplifier also amplifies the power level of EM signal. And therefore, there is a class C power amplifier, which has, when you compare different power amplifiers, power class A amplifier, class B amplifier, class C amplifier, then the class C amplifier, it performs at optimal level. So in terms of the power conversion and in terms of accuracy. So therefore, the rather efficiency, accuracy is not a proper term, efficiency, power amplifier will have a better performance measure as a efficiency. So it's a highly efficient amplifier which is used and which is then used to modify, used to raise the power level, and that the powerful signal, AM signal, is fed to the antenna and then it is transmitted. So the AM transmitter, we have seen that high level transmitter and low level transmitter. When it is employing class C power amplifier, obviously it's going to be your high power amplifier, high level modulator, and high level AM transmitter. When the modulation takes place at the stage and the power of modulated signal is amplified and the power required is low, then that may be low power level AM transmitter. And finally, whether it is low level transmitter or high level power transmitter, the signal which is fed to the antenna, that signal which is fed to the antenna, and then finally it transmits the signal. We talked about the coupling here, right? Power amplifier, the output stage of class C power amplifier is coupled to the antenna. Antenna can be seen as a vertical, a line, vertical, but it's not vertical line actually, it's an arrangement. And the entire tower or transmitting antenna has a separate arrangement. So there must be coupling between the antenna and the power output which is coming from the class C power amplifier. Otherwise, it will not be properly fed and signal cannot be transmitted. So to transfer the maximum power of the output stage to the antenna, it is necessary the impedance matching is again needed. See, the impedance matching is needed between frequency multiplier and carrier oscillator. Similarly, the impedance matching is even more required here between the antenna and the class C amplifier. The matching is required at different frequencies, and in the matching circuit, we can use the coupler, we can use the coupling circuit using different electrical elements like inductors, capacitors that can offer different impedance value. The important thing is a different frequency. Why we are talking about different frequency? Different frequency may be generated by the class, the modulator, and different frequency can be transmitted. So at different frequency, the impedance value that will match the output of your modulator amplifier, class C amplifier, and the input of antenna will change. And therefore, we need a circuit, we need a coupler circuit, we need a coupling arrangement. It must comprise of inductors and capacitors, because we know that the frequency is it depends on the values of capacitance and inductance, and when we change inductance and capacitances, the impedance can also change. And therefore, this is what is the circuit of the matcher. You can find this is the input which is coming from output stage of class C power amplifier, and this is something which is the output, and that goes to the antenna, right? So you can see here there is one inductance L1, there is another one L2, C1 and C2. So sometimes this structure here you can see it's a pi structure, right? Sometimes there is a pi structure. We sometimes call it a double pi structure, right? This structure also is constituting a pi. Here also it's constituting a pi. So double pi structure, or better to say here it is pi and there is a T. So T followed by pi, or you can also say that T and T, whatever you want to say, or you can say pi here and pi here. So that's not important. What is important is this is a coupling network, right? So the matching network, it couples the stage where we are using two inductors, two capacitors. As I told you, the values are chosen in such a manner that there is an impedance matching the output impedance of the output stage and input impedance of antenna. There must be matching. The matching network also filters unwanted frequency component appearing at the output stage. In addition to matching operation, matching application, it also filters, because we know that these are the L and C, they are constituting a suitable type of filter also. When we see the design of filter, there are LC, there are RC, there are RLC. So this LC, this combination is also acting as a filter that smoothens the signal, and unwanted frequency components which are coming, which are present in the output of class C power amplifier can be removed. So the output of class C amplifier, it may have higher harmonics, second and third harmonics, but few harmonics have to be suppressed, and which are not wanted, and that thing can be suppressed by the coupler. So as I told you that this circuit is used to provide matching. This circuit is used to provide matching as well as used to filter the unwanted signal which is present in the output of class C power amplifier. So let's summarize this lecture. This lecture is about AM transmitter. We know that amplitude modulation transmitter is the transmitter which is used to transmit AM signal. So when you see the major components in any AM transmitter, we find that there is the arrangement to generate the message signal, maybe microphone. The signal level is low, so we can pass through preamplifier to raise its signal strength. When we want to amplify its power level, we can pass through some power amplifier that may be class A amplifier or class B amplifier. Similarly, we also need powerful carrier signal. So what do? We need a carrier oscillator that generates some low frequency carrier signal. That may be a crystal oscillator, good crystal oscillator that can provide a stable frequency. Then there is a buffer amplifier which provides isolation and matching between the carrier oscillator and frequency multiplier. Why frequency multiplier is needed? Because frequency multiplier can multiply the low frequency output of crystal oscillator to whatever value which is required in the operation in the AM modulator. Then it goes to power amplifier. Power level of carrier signal is raised and then they are modulated with the help of class C power amplifier, and that output is fed to the antenna. But we must remember that between antenna input and the output of class C power amplifier or output of modulator, there is a matching circuit, there is a coupler which is also required that provides matching, impedance matching, as well as it acts as filtering, so that if there is some unnecessary component, if there is some unwanted component at the output of modulator, that can also be removed. And we have also discussed that there are two levels of transmitters: low level AM transmitter, high level AM transmitter. And the distinction, the difference is it's based on the level of modulation, it's based on power level. So when the power level is in several kilowatts, generally in AM broadcast, radio broadcast, then high level AM transmitter is used. So that's all for this lecture. Thank you.